Budget phones have gotten very boring in the past couple of years. Like I remember the Redmi Note 7 or even the Redmi Note 10 days when budget smartphones were way more interesting. People used to line up to buy these smartphones. Like, do you remember flash sales? Xiaomi used to have them and phones would be sold out within minutes. That feeling is not there anymore in the sub 20k price segment. But I am glad to say that this smartphone kind of brings that feeling back to the budget segment. So this is the CMF by Nothing Phone 1. Super weird name, but one of the most interesting smartphones to come out in a while. See, Nothing as a brand started by focusing heavily on design, and they've carried that philosophy over to each and every product that they bring out in the market. They launched a couple of smartphones and earbuds under the main brand, and then they launched a new brand altogether by the name of CMF. Basically, this is a sub-brand of Nothing following the same philosophy and trying out new stuff. They've been making a bunch of accessories like earbuds and smartwatches, and this is their first ever smartphone. It starts at 16,000 rupees, which is a very attractive price because it follows the philosophy of Nothing. Let me explain. Brands have stopped innovating in this segment in terms of design. They rather focus on providing the best hardware specifications so that people can get more value out of their smartphone. And that has worked wonders for them, especially over here in India. But CMF is trying to do something completely different in the budget segment, and I feel that this will also work. So this is a different approach to a budget smartphone that starts with design first. The CMF Phone 1 looks classy and minimal. They've done a very good job in terms of keeping the design simple yet elegant. And to add a fun twist, it is also kind of modular. Basically, you can change the back panel completely. You see the screws on the back panel, they are functional. You can remove these screws and change the back panel. Now, CMF themselves are selling the back panels in 4 colors, that is black, orange, this teal color and this blue color. Now, during the first sale, I bought the phone in teal color and I could only get the blue color replacement back panel. The others, that is black and orange, are still not available on Flipkart. Maybe they will come soon. Now, I want to talk about the process of changing this back panel. It is not easy at all. It will require skill and time. Like when I was removing this steel back panel, I forgot to remove the SIM card tray and it literally broke because I pulled it a little bit hard. And this can happen to you as well. So if you end up buying this smartphone, make sure you read the instructions carefully and replace the back panel very carefully, because the quality of the back panel is not the best out there. It is made out of plastic and feels very cheap, to be honest. Doesn't feel premium at all. But I get it. This is an experiment for them and they can do this in this price segment. If they launch this kind of smartphone in a higher price segment like 25k or 30k, then the quality of the back panel would definitely be an issue. But at this price point, it is okay. And once it is installed, I actually like the feel of the back panel. Now, there's one more element, which is this circular screw over here. Yes, this is a screw that you can rotate and remove, and you can do a mix and match of colors with this screw. For example, you can go with this blue back panel and a teal screw. Similarly, you can do an orange screw, a black screw, or whatever color combination you want. And the same can be done with the SIM card tray as well. Now, the price of the back panel is a little on the higher side. I got this back panel for around 1200 rupees, which is definitely expensive. It is not cheap by any means. So please make a note of that. I feel that they should allow third-party back panels as well, because I saw somewhere on Twitter that they opened up the CAD files so that third-party people can make back panels. If that happens, that would be awesome, because then we would get more variety. And there are a bunch of other accessories that you can buy as well. There is this stand for around 800 rupees, which you can literally put instead of this screw. Similarly, there is a magnetic wallet as well. Now, the back panel does not have magnet, so you'll have to attach a plate first which has magnet and then attach a magnetic wallet on that plate. That accessory is also still not available. Maybe it will come down the line and maybe I'll buy it. Not sure yet. Now, there are some trade-offs that come with modularity. First trade-off is that the build quality is not the best out there. As I said, it feels like a very plasticky material. The buttons are good though, they are metallic buttons, but rest of the back panel feels very plasticky, and you also don't get the best water protection out there. It's just got an IP52 rating for those of you wondering, which is very less, by the way. The CMF Phone 1 is also a big phone. It's not a small phone by any means. It's almost as big as an S24 Ultra. So it's definitely a Pro Max or Ultra level smartphone in terms of the size. As always, I am not going to focus on specifications and numbers because you can get that literally anywhere on the internet. I'm going to tell you my experience with this smartphone. I have been using it as my daily smartphone for the past few days, and let's talk about that experience. Now, the first thing that impressed me about this smartphone is the display. It's a very high quality AMOLED panel for the price of rupees 16,000. It's bright, colorful with good viewing angles. Watching content on this display is an immersive experience. Like whenever I use a budget smartphone that is trying to do something different, the first trade-off is with the display. But I did not feel that with the CMF Phone 1. This one does have a very good display. It's also high refresh rate at 120Hz. I did not notice any issues with the refresh rate whatsoever. It has been a super smooth experience. But one thing about the display is that the bezels are a little bit thick and uneven. Nothing made a huge deal about how their smartphones have even bezels, but that is not the case with this CMF Phone 1. It has uneven bezels which are a bit thick, but that is okay considering the price of this phone. And there's also an in-display fingerprint sensor. I'm glad that they did not skip on this feature. Now the in-display fingerprint sensor is not the fastest out there. I did notice a couple of glitches here and there. It is a little bit slow. But one thing that is not slow is the UI. Now that was very surprising to me. I'd used the Nothing Phone 2A before this, and right out of the box the Nothing Phone 2A was slow. It was not the fastest out there. It got faster with software updates, but that was not the case with this smartphone. It has been smooth right out of the box. And I am a very normal user. Apps like Instagram, WhatsApp, UPI payments, maybe some light photo editing here and there, everything worked smoothly for me. So if you end up buying this smartphone, that's what you can expect, a smooth experience for normal day-to-day applications. Now obviously you cannot do heavy gaming on this smartphone. It is not meant for that. It is meant for people who use normal applications and providing them a smooth experience for it. If you are a heavy gamer looking for a smartphone in this price segment, you should go with a smartphone that focuses heavily on performance while having trade-offs in other departments. Now one of the best things about the CMF Phone 1 is the software. It comes with Nothing OS 2.6, which is a very clean and fun experience. It has a lot of character and Nothing has developed it in a beautiful way. There are useful features like large folders and icon. You can also add quick toggles right on your home screen. That is such a useful feature. I don't need to swipe and then turn on Wi-Fi. It is right there on the home screen. There is no bloatware, there are no ads, no annoying notifications in the UI, which is a rare thing in this price segment. So I really appreciate the software, especially in this price range, and I can confidently say that this is the best software experience in this price range. Now, one of the major trade-offs in this price category is generally with the camera. But has CMF made that trade-off? Let's find out. Right off the bat, there is only one camera on the rear side. It might look like two cameras, but the second one is a useless depth sensor. So it only has one camera, and that camera is actually doing a good job for the price of this smartphone. When you shoot photos in good amount of light, it does a good job in terms of capturing detailed photos. Dynamic range is also good, but I noticed that the exposure is a little on the higher side, like it tends to overexpose the images, but not by a huge margin. The colors are surprisingly good. They are not too saturated and not undersaturated as well. One place where the depth sensor is supposed to be useful is in portrait mode, but I did not find the depth sensor to be that accurate. Like the portrait mode photos are just okay. The edge reduction could have been better and the background blur seems aggressive. It should have been more natural. For artificial and low lighting conditions, the camera does do a good job. For extreme low lighting conditions, there is a dedicated night mode, and night mode is working well as well. Like I was pleasantly surprised with the camera experience. Honestly, I had no expectation from the camera, but it did surprise me. It clicks good images which can be used for social media very easily. But one thing that is very annoying is the time that it takes to process images. It takes a good 2 to 3 seconds to process HDR images. As far as selfie camera goes, even that is good. Not the best out there, but not the worst either. All in all, I like the camera on this smartphone. It is not bad, and that is good enough for this price. Alright guys, this is a very quick front camera video test with the CMF Phone 1. It cannot shoot in 4K, only 1080p on front camera. So you guys let me know about the video quality as well as the audio quality in the comment section down below. And this is a very quick rear camera video test shooting in 4K at 30 FPS. The focusing is good. As you can see, if I shift objects, it shifts focus as well. It isn't hunting for focus, and that is excellent for a phone that costs only 16,000 rupees. I'll walk a little bit. It does not have OIS, only EIS. Let's see what's down there. Some cars. Here goes the car. And yeah, this is the 4K video sample. What about battery life though? Well, battery life has been amazing for me with the CMF Phone 1. I could easily use it throughout the day with like 30% battery left towards the end of the day. It has been a great experience for me in terms of battery life. But what's not so great is charging. You don't get a charger inside the box. You will have to buy the charger separately. So please add that cost to the price of the smartphone. The charger will cost you anywhere between 1500 to 2000 rupees. So please add that cost, because it is not available inside the box. As far as charging speeds go, it supports up to 33 watt charging, which is not fast by any means. It is going to be slow charging. This gets me to the little things. I have not faced issues with call quality. It has been a good experience. The speaker on this smartphone is not the best out there. It's a mono speaker which is loud enough but lacks depth. There's no headphone jack on this smartphone, which is kind of sad. All in all, the CMF Phone 1 is trying to do something different in this price segment, which is highly appreciated. They've taken a very different approach that is designed first, which I do like. What do you feel about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you liked what you saw, then make sure to hit that like button. If you found the content worthwhile, subscribe to the channel because it would mean the world to me. My name is Harsh Punjabi and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Now I need to think if I forgot anything. I was supposed to say that all in all, this is a very fun phone. Yeah, I forgot that statement. That's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one.